from the Morning Rush.
I remember when Keith Urban first came out with that song, Pete. He performed it for us in Nashville at the Ryman Auditorium for all of us radio guys.
Okay.
And it was just him, his guitar, and then he had a track that he had laid down. Well, he played it through his phone. His phone, after a while, it closes or goes to sleep or whatever.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And it stopped on him. And
Whoops.
so when you start all over, it did the exact same thing. This is when it's brand new. I mean, and then he forgot the words to it too.
Okay. That's a bad day.
But look at how well the song did for him. We were.
Yes. Yeah, it turned out just fine.
Great stuff. But when you get to see it live like that, it's just amazing.
Yeah, I'll bet. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yep. And they do forget songs or lyrics to their songs.
I have no doubt. 99 out of 100 times when I do any speaking, I have notes in front of me. And it's stuff I know, it's stuff I deal with every day, but just in case.
Right. Yeah. He said, here's what I do if I do forget the lyrics. And then he told us, pretends that it's a, cut out of the mic or something like that. Or
sure.
Whatever. And then they said, wow, it only works when your mic is corded and not a wireless mic. So that's, he's had that happen too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you perform that long, I'm sure there's a lot of stories you can tell.
Oh boy, I tell you. And he's going to be up for Triple Crown for the ACMs coming up on Thursday.
Is he really?
Yeah. So you have a little special for him and all that good stuff. So
very cool.
Yeah. But hey, we're not here to talk about music.
We can.
We're here to talk about potholes and roads.
Potholes are pretty good, I think. I think we've done a pretty good job on those. It's that time of year now where we can start using the more permanent fixes. So hopefully that helps.
When do you decide to repair a pothole? How bad is it going to be?
Just if it's a nuisance. We don't have a certain diameter where we're like, oh, we got to go right now. Yeah. But no, if it's one that we feel needs addressing, we'll go address it. Yeah, it's we're not going to go rushing out if there's one size of a quarter.
Right.
But if it's something that's going to affect travel or could cause any safety concerns, obviously we'll be there right away.
Right. When you start noticing people swerving to miss them.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a safety concern then.
Right. Any big news or big updates, Pete, on the road construction?
Yeah, things are moving ahead. We had kind of a wet week last week, so progress wasn't as good as we wanted, but it's spring and that's to be expected. So looks like a good week this week. So hopefully we can make up some ground. The big thing that you're going to see starting on Monday, if the schedule holds, is on US 65 in Mason City. Currently, we have all the pavement removed from 6th Street to 10th Street, and you will probably see paving start on May 19th of that stretch. But starting next Monday from 10th Street down to 15th Street, not including the intersection, but just north of it, that pavement is going to get tore out as well. So the contractor can move ahead with the underground work. So with the underground work being done from 6th to 10th, that means the paving contractor can move in and get it ready for paving and start paving. And while they're doing that, the other contractor can go from 10th to 15th and start tearing out pavement and doing the underground work. So both contractors are working at the same time, and we can get as much done as possible. One thing I want to mention with this, from 10th to 15th, when that is tore up, all businesses will be accessible through side streets and alleys, except for Wendy's and A1 Auto. They're kind of landlocked. So what we're doing is we are leaving pavement in from 12th Street up to Wendy's. So if you want to get to Wendy's or A1 Auto, you'll have to take more likely Pennsylvania up to 12th Street, back over to 65, and then you'll be able to go up to Wendy's. So we're leaving that in so you can still get to those businesses. But that's the big change you're going to see starting next week. 122 still moving ahead. Traffic is in the eastbound lanes in a head-to-head pattern. The westbound lanes are closed. Crescent Avenue going into the hospital is closed, but Mercy Drive is open. So you can still get to the hospital that way for westbound traffic. Eastbound traffic will turn on Pierce and then take a right, and you will be able to get to the hospital. The bridge deck overlay projects over by Clear Lake on Interstate are going well. We still hope to have those ramps, the northbound on-ramp off of 106 and the southbound off-ramp to 106. Hope to have those open by Memorial Day. Bridge deck overlay at B20 over I-35 is actually going really well. We could actually be flipping traffic over to the other side around Memorial Day, which is ahead of schedule. But again, we'll see what happens with rain and everything. But right now, things are really moving along well. And we touched on, I believe last week, that we have a statewide project going on where we are installing centerline rumble strips on all 2-lane state highways. That crew is going to be in our area starting probably tomorrow. But here's the thing, they're going to be jumping all over the place. So just be aware if you're driving on a 2-lane state road, especially on Iowa 9 west of US 69, on US 65 at the Franklin Saragota County line up to Mason City, and I believe, then on US 69 north of Garner. They're going to be working in those areas the next few weeks. So just be aware of that. There might be pilot car and flagger as they jump around to do their work.
Yeah. You know how much I love pilot cars.
Yep, I do. That's why I made sure you're well aware of it.
Still, the project over in Garner, that's getting just let people aware of that because it's coming, right?
Yeah, it's right now. It's scheduled for later in the summer, but yes, it will be coming, and that will be widened to a 3-lane road through there. There'll be some turn lane improvements at US 69 where you turn south. So that'll be the big thing with that project. But like I said, that's a few months down the road yet before the contractor plans to start on that one.
Well, that way we can just make sure that people are aware of it and don't go, well, when did they decide to do this?
Oh, there'll still be people who do that no matter what. But yes, you're right. It is good to get it out there. We had public meetings there a couple of years ago, and we've been in contact with the people involved and the city and everything. So they know it's coming, and we'll get to it when the contractor's ready.
When are we going to start on roundabouts?
I have no clue. We have no scheduled roundabouts in the Mason City, North Iowa area. We're putting another one in Cedar Falls next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We had a public meeting on it a couple weeks ago. Yeah, had about 30, 40 people show up.
And they
not one person was against it.
Oh, look at that.
Every single person, they've got so many of them down there, so they're used to them.
Right.
And yeah, every single person said they work great. They keep traffic flowing. They're safer. We really like them. So they were actually happy to see the roundabout going in. Their big questions were about construction and how traffic was going to get through there during the project and things like that. So we were happy to give those answers at that public meeting.
Okay. All right. Well, keep me in mind when you're ready for the roundabouts here in Mason City.
Yep. No, we have a 5-year program, Jay, and it refers to out on the west side of town on 122 that is not funded yet in the 5-year program. So it's going to be a while unless something drastically changes. I know there's a lot of rumors and questions going on about the project on 122 right now between Pierce and Monroe. And there are no roundabouts in that project. I've had several people ask me that over the last couple of weeks, or ask which intersection is going to be the roundabout in that project. And I say none of them.
Maybe they're listening about the roundabouts here on the Morning Rush.
They could be, but if they are, we're not doing a very good job of communicating because there's no roundabouts in that project.
Well, I remember there was something last year that people were talking about the bridge and how it's going to start this year, and how is that going to be shut down?
Yep. See, that's why we do this, so we can squash those rumors.
Right. We're information for everyone here in the road construction.
Rumor patrol.
Right. I don't help them rumors, don't you?
You don't. Sometimes I think you go out and start them so you have something to talk about.
I want to see how many people are listening, Pete.
Right, exactly. I tell you what, especially now the construction season's going on, I've gotten a lot of comments when I'm out and about this segment. And a lot of them end with them shaking their heads. I don't know why.
Well, over Easter, my daughter, I don't know if I mentioned this to you or not on the air. I know off the air, I think I did, but my daughter, I think I did talk. We did talk about that on Easter when my daughter goes, "Hey, think back on like Wednesday and when you have that guy on and you talk about the road." I said, "Pete, that's on Tuesday and it's 7:40." And it was about the whole thing. We did talk about that because it was
Yep.
stoplights up there on the B20 area.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I tell you, sometimes I got to shake my head at my daughters.
Yeah. Well,
My,
that's part of life, Jay.
my wife knows. She listens because she'll remind me at times when when I'm going somewhere, going, "What? When did this show up?" She goes, "Well, when you talk to him."
Yeah. You're too busy pushing buttons
Exactly.
and not just my buttons.
Well, you try. Talk about pushing buttons. You want to push a button on like a spouse or things like that? You know what my daughter did recently?
What's that?
I like to call her like Dr. Doolittle when she was growing up because she had like all these animals, and even
Yep.
my wife even snuck in a couple of animals because I never went to the room. And until I went, when did we get that? We had that for a while, you know. And just recently, my daughter, now they have chickens. They got about 12 chickens, because egg
Okay.
prices are so high. So we're gonna go buy some chickens. And so I gave them my old storage shed, and they turned that into a chicken coop.
Okay.
So they got that. They're looking forward to that. They got cattle now. They moved out to an acreage, so they're not in town talking about this. But
Sure.
yeah, she just recently brought home a rabbit,
Okay.
and hubby Nick did not know about that rabbit.
Oh, he didn't.
No, never discussed. Oh, it's gonna be so cute, and the kids are gonna love it, and all. I'm going, oh my gosh. Nick at one time he was picking up the shed. He goes, thinking about giving her back. I go, no, no. Those vows say, what'd you do? Those vows, there is no giving it back. She's all
No return policy.
policy on the daughters. No,
Oh, buddy.
you're stuck with it now because I went through it for 18 years.
Yeah. Yep. Animals can be a pretty big part of people's lives.
Yes, they can. Have you ever had anything like that with the spouse going out and buying something to bring something home you didn't know about?
Yes and no. She went down to a
Oh,
uh,
not you.
no, she did it. Yes.
Okay.
She went down to a I can't remember what it was called. It was something down in Waverly. It's like a swap meet or whatever, and she's going out with a friend to just look.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. And I
That's
was like, yeah, she wanted to go look at the guinea pigs. And I was like, yeah, you're coming home with one. No, I'm not. I'm just gonna go look. Yeah, she came home with one.
you have a guinea pig?
Yep.
Oh, did you name it or she name it?
Oh, she did.
Oh, what's the name of the guinea pig, Pete? We got to know.
It's Ziggy.
Ziggy?
Yep.
For like the tie for the Vikings ownership at all?
No, I do not believe that played any part into it.
Okay. Ziggy. What color is the thing? The brown, white?
It's the calico color, like the black and I don't know, brown, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yep.
You
Yeah, I call it Zygmunt Freud.
Oh, you like this thing, don't you?
It's it for an animal in a cage, it has more of a personality than you would ever imagine.
Really?
Yeah, it's upstairs, and like when the door opens from downstairs,
Uh-huh.
a lot of times that means one of us is coming up with food for it. Like,
Oh,
lettuce or parsley or cilantro or whatever.
what?
And yeah, and it will let out a squeak that
Really?
is almost ear shattering, and it'll just squeak and squeak because it's so excited just by hearing the door open. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
it did one on Sunday that I seriously thought was gonna shatter the windows.
really?
Oh,
So,
that was funny.
so it's upstairs. So is it in the bedroom or is it in
It's
guest
in the
room
hallway.
or in the hallway?
Yep, yep.
Did did you tell her she had to keep it in the hallway, or did she try and bring it to the bedroom, or no?
No, that's just where the cage fit the most conveniently, and that's where it is.
Hmm. So you got a guinea pig, you got a dog. What do you got? Anything?
Goat.
Oh, you got a goat?
We've got a fainting goat that doesn't faint.
You have a faint. I never knew you had a fainting goat, Pete.
Yeah, yep. We had a couple of them, but one passed away about a little over a year ago. And yeah, we think that the reason it doesn't faint is because it grew up. We've got a fenced in area. Then
Uh-huh.
we've got a chain link fence that runs down the middle of that. And the goats on one side and our 150, 160 pound Newfoundlands were on the other side.
Oh,
And they grew up right next to that dog, so nothing scares them. So I think that's why it doesn't faint.
I mean, how do you make a goat faint? Do you just go up there and like clap your hands and it like top tips over?
Yeah, that's if they have that trait where they're supposed to faint. Yeah, anything that startles them. And what it is, they just get scared and their legs lock up and they tip over.
Right.
Yeah. Go out and YouTube and look for some videos like that. It's
Oh,
it's
you know,
it's pretty hilarious.
it is funny.
I got a friend who told me that when they used to ride motorcycle, there was that place where it was downhill, and on the one side of the road, the farmer had a bunch of fainting goats.
Rev up the
And
motorcycle.
actually, what they would do is when they're going down the hill, they would downshift.
Oh.
So it would, the motorcycle would go right, yeah. And he said they'd look over and all they'd see is goats going doink, 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 tipping over.
I love it. That's awesome.
I thought that was pretty funny.
It's almost better than cow tipping back in
You
the
know, I'm guessing it's not quite as dangerous either.
right. You never did that, Pete, growing up, did you?
I never did.
Oh, okay. All
No,
right.
we didn't have any cattle on the farm. We were just wheat, barley, soybeans, and sunflowers.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
What a great childhood you had, Pete.
I did. It was a wonderful childhood.
Guinea pig, fainting goats, and dogs. All right.
Yep. And a few indoor cats. So.
You got cats too? Oh,
Oh yeah.
oh boy. Okay.
So you know where I sit on the totem pole.
You were at the very bottom.
It depends on the day, but
Loving on all the animals, and then that they can slop all over and water around the house, but you spill just a little bit of a beer or water or something, and clean that up. That's
no, it's not like that.
nothing like my household then, is it? Then, Pete.
Nope, I guess not.
Yeah,
I mean, I know who she'd carry out if there was a fire.
Yeah, I know it wouldn't be me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fend for yourself.
I'm guessing the cats are a little bit lighter than I am too, so there is that.
Oh, Pete. Hey, have yourself a wonderful week. Don't work too hard. It's
All right,
gonna be a warm one this week. So
it is, and again, watch the 511 IA site or the app. It is that time of year where projects are popping up all over the state and things are getting going, and it's a great way to stay on top of it. And then just be aware of the work zones, or slow down, pay attention. We've had way too many close calls already this year in the work zone, so pay attention and be careful.
are they ever going to put like cameras there? Because like you can get a ticket in the mail
Yeah.
for different traffic stuff. Do you guys do that too for the road construction, or can you, or is it a thought?
No, we do not do that in work zones. There's so many new laws that are in effect, and I don't even want to go into the details because they're so detailed of what you can and can't do now these days. But we do have work zone cameras. The project on 122, we have a camera up at Pierce Avenue, and you can see that on 511. Our trucks, when they're out doing some of the maintenance projects like crack filling or filling the potholes and things like that, they've got cameras that are running. We've actually got video, Jay. I'm sure I'll try to be quick. When we've got crews out on the road, you've got the back truck with the trailer with the arrow board sign. This was on a 4-lane road pushing people into the other lane. And we've got video. So that truck, and then in front of that truck, we got 4 or 5 guys out on the highway working. And we've got video of a pickup came around that truck and changed lanes and didn't look and immediately pulled back in.
Oh, wow.
And was driving right at our employees. He literally had to take the ditch or he would have hit 4 people.
Oh, wow.
So, and we have all that on camera, and all those trucks have cameras now. So that's why I'm sure people get tired of me saying it, but I'm not going to stop. Pay attention, because there's people out there who are working and they don't stand much of a chance if you're not paying attention.
Well, yeah, because they're busy doing their job.
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah, so they're not watching traffic, so
they're trying to do their job and keep their head on a swivel.
Yep. I think every time I go through one of those places, Pete, I think of you.
That's good. I appreciate that.
Conversation. So,
Yep. No,
yeah.
you might think of me swearing, but at least you're paying attention.
Especially when I come up on those, stop and go turn signal guys.
Stop and go turn signal, guys.
Yeah.
Can you fit that on a business card?
Be very, very small print.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's what I really use the words that I can't use here. But
Yeah, understandable. But as long as, like I said, as long as you're thinking about it and paying attention, I'll take it.
I always got to smile though. I go, well, I better slow down here.
There you go.
Yep. My wife will make the comment about why you're already going their speed limit.
No, that's all right. Whatever's comfortable and whatever's safe is what you need to drive.
But when you get out of that when you see that end construction sign, it's like NASCAR taking off.
It is, and I will not be afraid. I've mentioned this before too. If we see that and we see it's causing issues, there are times there will be law enforcement very close to the end of the work zone.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
As long as you're accelerating to the speed limit, that's fine. But once you hit that speed limit, you may want to let off the gas.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm like the pace car going through the old construction site because when I slide to the right, everybody goes zooming right by me.
Right. Yeah. That means you were driving good. That means you were doing it correctly.
Sometimes I'll do it just to be kind of like a jerk. I'll even drive a little bit slower than you're supposed to because nobody's going to go around me. But then when we get to the end construction, I pull off like the pace car pulling off into the pits.
Sure.
They're taking off like you wouldn't believe. And I just laugh.
Jay, I drive a state vehicle and I drive the speed limit. How often do you think I get passed on a daily basis?
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Go ahead and test it out today too. Law enforcement, they love it when they go past you when they're going 53 miles an hour. Go ahead and go by them about 55, 56 and see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you play your games and we'll just be careful.
Hey, if you got donuts in the car, you're good. You're clear.
I'm not even saying a word.
Come on, Pete. Let's start rumors. Why not?
Nope. Those are our partners and they help us and we're going to keep it that way.
They know I'm kidding. I think
yes, they do.
Oh, the county guys and the city guys. State troopers, maybe not so much. They may. I know state troopers too.
Yep.
So, yep, Pete's not talking. All right.
Nope, I'm out.
I love it. Pete, have yourself a wonderful week. All right.
All right. You do the same, Jay.
That's the good stuff.
There we go.